Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. Today we will discuss about the first chapter of First Flight. It was written by G.L. Fuentes. It tells us about a farmer who lost everything due to heavy rain. The house, the only one in the entire valley, sat on the crest of a low hill. From this height, one could see the river and the field of ripe corn dotted with the flowers that always promised a good harvest. In the introduction of the story, it tells us about a farmer who lived on a top of a hill. Here, rest of a low hill means top of a hill, and only one family was there in the entire valley. From the top of the hill, they were able to see the river and field where they cultivate the crop of corn or maize, but it needs water. The only thing the earth needed was a downpour or at least a shower. Throughout the morning, Lincho, who knew his field intimately, had done nothing else but see the sky towards the northeast. These lines tell us about the farmer Lincho who was waiting for a heavy rain. Here, downpour means heavy rain, and throughout the day he looked towards northeast. Now we were really going to get some water, woman. The woman who was preparing supper replied, "Yes, God willing." The older boys were working in the field while the smaller ones were playing near the house until the woman called to them all, "Come for dinner." Here, the wife of Lincho, she was telling to him that it was going to rain while she was preparing supper for them, and she was explaining us that their older boys were working in the field and smaller ones were playing near their house. Lincho had predicted big drop of rain began to fall. In the northeast, huge mountains of clouds could be seen approaching. The air was fresh and sweet. Here, the farmer predicted. Do you know what he predicted? When he had seen the clouds in the sky, he understood that, or he came to know that it would rain because there was fresh air, so that he predicted it could rain. The men went out for no other reason than to have the pleasure of feeling the rain on his body. And when he returned, he exclaimed, "These are not raindrops falling from the sky, they are new coins. The big drops are 10-cent pieces and little ones are fives." These lines tell us about the farmer who went out to see the raindrop. After seeing the raindrop, he was very happy because he predicted about the rain during the supper. And when he returned the home, he explained to his wife that these are new coins. Here, every single droplet he gave great value, so that Lincho explained to his wife that these are new coins. Without water, he could not get good crop, so that every droplet he considered as new coins. With a satisfied expression, he regarded the field of ripe corn with its flowers, wrapped in a curtain of rain. But suddenly a strong wind began to blow, and along with the rain, very large hailstones began to fall. Here, the Lincho was very happy to see the rain, so that there was a smile on his face. He knew that there were flowers on the maize plant or corn plant. It needs more water. But suddenly what happened? A strong wind began to blow, and along with the heavy rain, and very large hailstones began to fall. Do you know hailstones? Hailstone means small pellet of ice that fall during heavy rain. Okay, small pieces or small pieces of ice which seems like a diamond. It is called hailstones. These truly did resemble new silver coins. The boys, exposing themselves to the rain, ran out to collect the frozen periods. Children like ice pieces. Hailstones are ice pieces, so that they were telling us that these are not new coins, these are new silver coins. They wanted to collect it from outside the home, so that they ran out to collect the frozen pears. Here, frozen pears means here these hailstones, it seems like a white diamond, so that it is called frozen pears. It's really getting bad now, exclaimed the man. I hope it passes quickly. It did not pass quickly. For an hour, the hail rained on the house, the garden, the hillside, the cornfield, on the whole valley. The field was white as if covered with salt. These lines tell us that when the farmer saw the rain, he was happy. But later, what happened? It became dangerous. It was really getting bad. It rained for an hour with hailstone, so that the garden, the hillside, the cornfield, on the old valley, it became white. Not a leaf remained on the trees. The corn was totally destroyed. The flowers were gone from the plants. Linjo's soul was filled with sadness. These lines tell us that after the heavy rain, there were no leaves, no cones, and no flowers left on the trees, so that Linjo was became sad. When the storm had passed, he stood in the middle of the field and said to his sons, a plague of locust would have left more than this. The hail has left nothing. This year we will have no corn. Here we can see that when the heavy rain was over, Lincho, the farmer, he reached in the field with his son. He understood that nothing is left for him. Everything is destroyed by heavy rain with hailstone. So that he was explaining to his sons that the inside locust would have left more than this. Here, locust means it's a insect which destroy the crops, and he was telling to us that the hail has left nothing. That night was a sorrowful one. All our work for nothing. There is no one who can help us. We will all go hungry this year. The farmer Lincho could not sleep at that night because he lost everything due to heavy rain, and he was telling to his sons that no one was there to provide the food grains to them. But in the heads of all who lived in that solitary house in the middle of the valley, there was a single hope, help from God. Don't be so upset, even though this seems like a total loss. Remember, no one dies of hunger. The poor farmer who lost everything due to heavy rain, he believed in God, so that he said to his sons that don't be upset. No one dies of hunger. All through the night, Linjo thought only of his one hope, the help of God, whose eyes, as he had been instructed, see everything, even what is deep in one's conscience. These lines tell us that Linjo, the farmer, could not sleep at that night, but he believed the gods and he hoped God will help him because he knows that God is watching everything. So that he is telling to his sons that don't worry about, don't upset. And here we can see one word, conscience. Conscience means it's the inner sense of right and wrong. It means he knew that God knows what is right and what is wrong. Lincho was an ox of a man, working like an animal in the fields, but still he knew how to write. These lines tell us about Lincho, who works hard for his family, and he works like an animal in the field for his family. And he was an educated person so that he was able to write. The following Sunday, at daybreak, he began to write a letter which he himself would carry to town and place in the mail. Here we can see that the next Sunday, Lincho, the farmer, he wrote a letter himself and carried to town, and he put it into the letter box or mail. It was nothing less than a letter to God. As we know that he was an educated person and he believed in the God, so that he thought that he wanted to inform about the crop which he destroyed, so that he wrote a letter to God. He wanted to get help from God, so that he wrote a letter to God. God, he wrote, if you don't help me, my family and I will go hungry this year. I need 100 pesos in order to sow my field again and to live until the crops comes, because the hailstorm. The poor farmer who lost everything due to rain, he wrote a letter to God. In the letter he mentioned that if God does not help them, their family members will go in hungry that year. And he asked to God that to give 100 pesos to him to sow the field again. Here, pesos means it's a currency which we can see in the Latin American countries like Chile, Peru, Cuba, Mexico, Uruguay, etc. He wrote to God on the envelope, put the letter inside, and, still troubled, went to town. At the post office, he placed a stamp on the letter and dropped it into the mailbox. These lines tell us that farmer wanted to write a letter to God, so that he wrote a letter to God. After writing the letter, he went to the town, to the post office, and he placed a stamp on the letter and dropped the letter into the mailbox. One of the employees, who was a postman and also helped at the post office, went to his boss laughing heartily and showed him the letter to God. Never in his career as a postman had he known that address. Here we can see that the postman who was working at that post office, he was also helped the poor farmer. He took the letter and showed to his boss. When the boss had seen the letter, he could not control himself, so that he started to laugh, because in his career he never seen that address. The postmaster, a fat, amiable fellow, also broke out laughing, but almost immediately he returned serious and, tapping the letter on his desk, commented, "What faith! I wish I had the faith of the men who wrote this letter, starting up a correspondence with God." These lines tell us about the postman who was fat, but he was amiable. Here, amiable means a friendly man or good person. Here, he was laughing with his boss, but immediately he stopped laughing and he became serious, so that he put the letter on his desk and commented, "What faith!" He knew that no one was there to help the poor farmer, so that he said these words. So, in order not to shake the writer's faith in God, the postmaster came up with an idea. Answer the letter. Here, the postmaster noticed the faith of farmer in God, so that he wanted to help the farmer. So he wished to answer the letter. But when he opened it, it was evident that to answer it, he needed something more than goodwill, ink, and paper. These lines tell us that the postmaster wanted to send back an envelope to farmer, a letter along with money. He wished to give some money to farmer. But he stuck to his resolution. He asked for money from his employees. He himself gave part of his salary, and several friends of his were obliged to give something for an act of charity. Here we can see that for helping the poor farmer, the postmaster collected money from his friends. Few friends of the postmaster gave money to him, and he himself gave a part of his salary. And some more friends, they gave the money as an act of charity. Here we can see one word, obliged. Obliged means a responsibility to help the poor. Here the postman, he understood his responsibility to help the poor farmer. It was impossible for him to gather together the 100 pesos, so he was able to send the farmer only a little more than half. He put the money in an envelope addressed to Lincho, and with it a letter containing only a single word as a signature, God. These lines tell us that to collect 100 pesos was not an easy task for the postman, but he tried and he collected not 100 pesos but a little more than half. It means near about 70 pesos, and put the money in an envelope, and there were inside the envelope a letter and money. The postmaster, he did not write anything in the letter except the word God. The following Sunday, Linjo came a bit earlier than usual to ask if there was a letter for him. It was the postman himself who handed the letter to him, while the postmaster experienced the contentment of a man who has performed a good deed, looked on from his office. These lines tell us that who wrote a letter to God, he visited the post office daily. He wanted to know that whether the God sent back a letter for him. On Sunday, postman handed a letter to farmer Lincho. He was happy to get the letter from God. These every activities were watching by the postmaster by sitting in his office. Here we can see a hard word, that is contentment. Contentment means satisfaction. By getting the letter, the poor farmer, he was satisfied. Linjo showed not the slightest surprise on seeing the money. Such was his confidence. But he became angry when he counted the money. God could not have made a mistake, nor could he have denied Linjo what he had requested. These lines tell us that when Linjo received the letter from God, he opened it, he counted the money. When he counted the money, he became angry because he requested God to get 100 pesos, but there was only 70 pesos for him, which God sent in the letter. So that he became angry. He know that God never make mistake. Whatever we ask to God will be fulfilled. Immediately, Linjo went up to the window to ask for paper and ink. On the public writing table, he started to write with much wrinkling of his brow, caused by the effort he had to make to express his ideas. When he finished, he went to the window to buy a stamp, which he licked and then fixed to the envelope with a blow of his fist. These lines tell us that when Lincho counted the money, he understood there was only 70 pesos, but he asked to God 100 pesos. He thought that someone had stolen his money, so that he want to write a complaint letter to God. Therefore, he collected a paper and ink from the post office and wrote a complaint letter to God. After he stuck a stamp on the envelope. Here we can see two difficult words. One is liked, Licked. Another is fist, Fist. Liked means touch with tongue. And second word is fist means push with hands or fingers. The moment the letter fell into the mailbox, the postmaster went to open it. It said, God, was the money that I asked for. Only 70 pesos reached me. Send me the rest, since I need it very much. But don't send it to me through the mail, because the post office employees are a bunch of croaks. In the end of the story, Lincho, poor farmer, wrote a complaint letter to God. In the letter, he mentioned that he received only 70 pesos and rest of the pesos were stolen by post office employees. And he was informing to God, send remaining pesos, but don't send through post office, because there were many crooks working in the post office. Here, crooks means criminals. As we know that God did not send money to Lincho, but the postmaster and a few employees of the post office were arranged the money and they sent the money to him.